GR2, something a bit different. I'm trying to set up a GR1, GR3 Le Mans style race with heavy damage, fuel wear, tyre wear, in a 2-hour long endurance race. Just before I go any further, we'll check my audio levels. I know I do this every time and it's always working, but you know what will happen the time I don't check. There won't be any sound coming through, will there? And I'll just be talking to no one, and you'll just be watching the race replay and nothing happening. There we go. So everything is fine and dandy. So let me explain. This is just a test race, but it was quite a fun one, and we shall go through some stuff that happens in the race. But it's a rolling start, and we're going to. The Mental Nev is in the lead GR1 car, and unfortunately he's then followed by. There wasn't any other GR1 cars in the race. We have Crazy here in second in his GR3 Aston Martin. Seamus didn't quite understand, but he's in a GR1, but he tuned it to the GR3 cars. Bless him. He should have just tuned it to the GR1 style. Zaf here in his Pink Pig Porsche. Myself, Beserker-Boy, and Ferrari now have been transferred over to GR3 cars, and Blackie in the Corvette. So in the meantime, here's Mental Nev, and he's away to begin the 20 minutes of Le Mans. Streaming down now, coming up to the Dunlop chicane, up to the Dunlop hill, underneath the bridge. There he goes, through the S's. Looking resplendent in that Toyota. Le Mans football stadium just over there to the right, coming down to Tete Rouge to begin the Mulsanne Straight. But in the meantime, we've got the GR3 boys having a lot of fun back here. Zaf in the Pink Pig following the Aston Martin. They have Crazy nose to tail as they come through down to the first time down the Mulsanne Straight, flooding down here, looking fantastic, sounding awesome, screaming cars. Coming down to the first chicane, fighting for position is Crazy and Zafiro. It's going to be the last of the late breakers coming into this first chicane. Who's going to be last? Oh, the Aston Martin's got ahead of the Porsche, but he's gone far too deep. And is he going to pick anyone up on his exit? No, he's going to spin it round. Crazy spins it. Fortunately, there's no damage though. So that's just a lateral. He's going to regather himself there. There goes Nev, screaming down now to the second chicane. That is, yep. So now Zafiro's here in the Porsche. He's got Blackie right in the slipstream here, and he's going to get the move done by the second chicane. So is the GR1 car of Beserker-Boy nearly gets caught up in that. So Beserker's managed to catch up all the way from the back of the field of this group of four. We're going board with Beserker here, try and see what happens in front. So Seamus gets underneath Zafiro into the second chicane, goes very wide to Seamus. Beserker nearly lights the rear end of that Ferrari up. As you can see, the tyre wear of Beserker's on racing mediums got just over half a tank. As Blackie's now starting to pull away down to the Mulsanne corner. Glorious shots here, the car's streaming down here. Oh, Beserker's trying to look up the inside here of Zafiro, gets him at the kink, and he's going to manage to, a little bump there from Zafiro. Has that damaged his car? It has. That little bump has damaged the front of his car. Has it damaged Beserker's car? No, it hasn't. So Zafiro's got a bit of aero damage now on the front of that car. That slight little bump there is enough to give damage. So it's going to compromise his top end speed. Crazy's still coming along there now. Compromises top end speed, and so Beserker should, in theory, be able to pull away. Coming through for the first time down into Indianapolis, braking hard. Oh, Zafiro brakes very late then. He's gone almost very wide. Sorry, gone the wrong way. Let's go back to Mark as he's cruising around in his Corvette. coming underneath the sign for the Porsche S's. In the meantime, let's go on a flying lap on board with Nev, coming through the Ford chicane down the start-finish straight now. Let's see what kind of lap times Nev can put in his hybrid Toyota. Coming up to turn 1, here we go at the pit exit. Nice wide line there. Braking down for the Dunlop chicane. Going up over the hill down to the Dunlop, underneath the Dunlop bridge, through the S's. I've obviously called the S's for that reason. Oh no! Oh, for goodness sake! I was trying to get. That's what I want. So, just quickly go back and do that again. So here we go. Nev now coming up to Tete Rouge, cuts in inside line over the beginning of the Mulsanne straight. I wanted the time just up there to the top right. Screaming down now the Mulsanne straight, coming up to the first chicane. And then after we've gone through the flying lap with Nev, we'll go back and then go through the situations of the other cars. Brakes hard. Nice apex there, gets another apex there, drift it out wide there, hits the curb on the exit, screaming down now. See what kind of speed he's getting up to. He's got it on kilometers per hour. This display saying miles per hour. It's already up to 185 in 6th gear. Is he going to top out at 200 before he hits the second chicane? It's not quite as long as run from Mulsanne corner. No, 199. Nice inside apex. Tight through the middle of the chicane, feeding the power through. Racing soft tyres. He's got half a tank left, and there's still 15 minutes to go. Coming down the last part of the Mulsanne straight, drifts out wide, hits the curb, just misses the curb on the right there from the Mulsanne corner. Now it's just a long drag to Indianapolis, with two little kinks just to the right. There's the first one, just avoids the curbs on that. Coming under the Toyota hybrid bridge, where the same name as his car. Coming into Indianapolis, is he going to go flat? No. Oh, very late braking. He didn't go flat. Sometimes you can go, if you can take Indianapolis flat. Hang on a minute, we'll go on to, this is Arnage. It's renowned for being very icy at Arnage, coming up to what some reckon, and including myself, would say is the best part of the circuit, the Porsche curves. I always struggle with the entry into Porsche curves because you want to go a bit faster than you want to, but it goes just past that green strip on the left, hits the inside apex, lovely, full power now, beam it through the first left, second right. Here we go. You meant to hug the inside line there, throw it back over here, don't drift too wide there. He's done a fantastic job there as Nev comes under now through the last bit of the circuit up to, this is called the Ford chicane. Brakes, I don't think we got the braking just a bit too late then, but it gets it just right there, the second part of the Ford chicane. And there we have a flying lap. So we'll go back to the other boys to see what's going on with them. We'll go back to coming down the main straight here. So Crazy in his GR3 Aston, still trying to catch up to the people in front. Zafiro's in 5th. Beserker-Boy in a great looking Ferrari, great sounding Ferrari, is in 4th. Blackie's still in 3rd place. Seamus has got the position. So we'll also see what tyre wear. Oh, Seamus has got damage to the rear of his car there. Coming down to Indianapolis. Pretty sure if we go on board with Mark, he's probably thinking he can take that GR1 car. Oh, Seamus dives away. Mark goes very wide, and Mark goes cuts underneath there. So where's Beserker-Boy in all this? Berserker's on racing mediums, hasn't got any damage. He's on just under half a tank now. Oh, Seamus gets it horribly wrong. What happened there? I said Arnage is like an ice rink. It's famous for having no grip. It is literally like driving on ice. gets it wrong, spins up the rear, gives Mark a little nudge, does a complete 360, he nearly collect Mark on the way through, lets Beserker through, and now he lets Zafiro through. Zafiro is, well, Shames has got damage front and back and a rear wheel. He's really suffering badly now in that car. Crazy hasn't got any damage though, fortunately. But he's down to just about a third of a tank. So, go back up to Blackie. Going through the Porsche curves here in that Corvette. Sounds very, very, very guttural, does that engine. Oh, he's drifted far too wide. Gets it horribly wrong. She's just allowed Beserker-Boy now in the Ferrari to catch up. So, fuel, he's gone very wide as Beserker-Boy. Oh, he gets it very wrong because he's hit the dirt. Got it too wide. You can see how the dirt off the track unsettled the Ferrari. It's coming into the Ford chicane, and Blackie's coming into the pits already. Now I believe if we go on board here with Blackie, he gets damage as he comes into the pits. There, so that little damage is going to add time to his pit stop. So now that with Mark in the pits, we've now got Beserker-Boy. He's not pitting. Beserker-Boy's obviously been doing a little bit of fuel saving. He's coming down the start-finish straight now. Mark's still not come out of the pits. So Beserker-Boy's now in the lead GR3 car, closely being followed by the Pink Pig Zafiro. Blackie's still in the pits. Seamus has not pitted. Not sure why. Craze is now 5th, and where's Blackie? Just coming out of the pits there. So Blackie's made his pit stop. It's fueled back up to nearly 3/4. We've got 11 minutes to go. See if that lasts him to the end. In the meantime, we've got this battle going on here. Again, Berserker's gone too wide there. Stewards, if he keeps doing that, the stewards will have a word of him, that's for sure. On board now with Zafiro in the Pink Pig GR3 911 Porsche. Great all-round car. What's his fuel? He's got damage. Yeah, he's got Zaf got his front aero damaged, isn't he? At the Mulsanne corner, coming into the first chicane. Because he's got the slipstream of Beserker, he can still hold on to the tailpipes of that Ferrari in front, despite the damage. And he's on racing mediums. He's down to a quarter of a tank already. What's Beserker like? See, Berserker's got more fuel left, so Berserker's managing to fuel save even though he's in front of these two cars coming. Oh, glorious shots. Let's just listen to this. Oh, love that sound. Let's get it again with this Porsche. Right, into the second chicane, and Zafiro spins up and smashes head on into the barrier. That's going to wreck his car now. Oh, what happened there? Did Zafiro get onto the dusty part of the circuit, the exit of this chicane? Yeah, you can see the dust there kicked up by Beserker-Boy in front. It's just absolutely wrecked the car. So where's Crazy now? Crazy's coming down into the same chicane. Is he going to spin it up? And no, he keeps a very neat and tidy line, but he's soon going to catch up to, and so is Blackie. So Crazy hasn't pitted yet. It's less than a quarter of a tank. He's going to have to pit. Blackie has pitted, so Blackie now is on racing softs. He's got 10 minutes to go. He's got over half a tank left. He's probably going to go to the end of the race. In the meantime, Nev's just come down to Tête Rouge, to the Mulsanne straight now. Beserker-Boy on racing mediums got a quarter of a tank, no damage. He's managing to hold that car out in front of that battered car there from Seamus. And Zafiro in a battered pig there as well. But still managing to top out 50 miles an hour despite the damage. Very tight line there into Indianapolis. But here comes these other two, Crazy and Mark now into Indianapolis. So Mark's caught up to Crazy. Pretty sure Crazy's going to have to make a pit stop at some point very soon, maybe this lap. probably this lap, unless he can eke out his fuel for a little bit longer. But Mark is right in the slipstream now of Crazy coming into the Porsche curves. Is he going to try and make a move? Crazy's blocking the line, he's going defensive there. Try and make Mark go around the outside. Is Mark going to look up the inside here? No, he backs out of it. Backs out of it, but as he's backed out of it, he's got a nice tidy line, so he's just going to catch right back up again. Oh, he could have... He's definitely had a run on the Aston Martin. Oh, he's close again. Has he got a bit of damage there? No. Oh, there's Crazy got any rear damage? No, there's a little bump. There's not enough. I'm pretty sure Mark is faster than Crazy through that section. In the meantime, Seamus is coming to the pits to get his damage, and here comes Beserker-Boy into the pits. They go on board. Oh, here comes Zafiro into the pits. So they're all making their pit stops now. 12.5 minutes in. They go on board with Blackie, who's made his pit stop, and see where Beserker-Boy, because he was the first one in, wasn't he? He'd be the first one out. So no, sorry, Seamus has got out. Seamus is already out. There goes Seamus, and there's Beserker-Boy just exiting the pits there. So the pit stops have worked out beautifully there for Beserker-Boy in the GR3 section of the race. Beserker's got just under half a tank. Mark's got just a little bit more fuel, but the Corvette is a tiny bit more thirsty than the Ferrari behind. Zafiro's now out, and he's not changed the damage. He's forgot to get the damage repaired. Oh, how frustrating for Zafiro. In the meantime, Crazy, who probably doesn't realise he's got an ailing pink pig in front of him, coming through the S's. So he definitely should be able to have time to catch up to that ailing pink pig in front. So we're just having a look at the gaps now. As you can see, the number one driver, Mental Nev, is now coming up the Dunlop, to start finish straight to the Dunlop chicane. So what's the gap between Zafiro and Crazy? It's 9 seconds, but Zafiro is ailing. Beserker-Boy though, let's go back on Beserker-Boy. He's drafting up to behind the back of that Corvette. We are coming down to the second chicane on the Mulsanne straight. Do like these shots. These are interesting camera angles here. Through the second chicane, here comes the pink pig suffering, and there's the Aston Martin not far behind. Let's go back on board with Beserker-Boys. He's coming down now with Mark there. There's Beserker there coming down to the Mulsanne corner. Berserker's definitely got a toe on that Corvette. The Ferrari's a lively car to handle, but ooh, the Corvette is thirstier. So it's a nice balance of cars here. Zafiro now is coming down to the Mulsanne corner, and Crazy can see him. So at the moment, where's Seamus gone? Seamus is ghosting, so I think he's about to quit out of the race. Here we go. So coming down to Indianapolis, Mark in the Corvette with 4.5 minutes to go. Nice tidy line there. Berserker follows him very neatly. Mark puts the power on, coming down to the really tricky Arnage. Just no grip, zero grip there. What's for all of the cars. Up the road now underneath the Porsche curve sign. Let's go on board with Berserker. 3.5 minutes to go, so there'll be one more lap. Let's have a look at everyone's fuel and tyres. Berserker's on racing softs now, and he's got just over a quarter of a tank, which probably should be enough. He was catching up to Mark through the Porsche curves. Mark's drifted wide again in that Corvette. Nice tidy line for Berserker. Holds it very cleanly there through the exit of the Porsche curves, coming up to the 4 chicane. So Mark's on racing softs, and his tyre wear's already quite bad. There we go, looking back at Berserker coming into the 4 chicane. Berserker backs off a little bit Mark's, oh, takes a bit too much curb there to Beserker. Here comes Mark again into the second part of the Ford chicane. And now here comes Beserker along the start-finish straight. Wow, I'll have a quick drink as we watch him coming up the hill to the Dunlop Bridge. Oh, lovely sounds of the engines popping there. So here we go. Last lap time. What's going to happen? 3 minutes to go. This will be the last lap, certainly for the GR3 boys. It's not a case. It's not just all through the S's there. Beserker's got right up to the tailpipes of that Corvette. A little bit unsettled at the exit though. Corvette's got a great straight line speed, but he drifts it a bit too wide, and Beserker's now. So on board of Beserker, yeah, he's got up underneath at Tete Rouge. He's got to be in front of the Corvette into the first chicane. I thought Beserker would leave it until the first chicane before he made a move, but the Corvette in a straight line can't quite catch up to that Ferrari in front as they scream down the Mulsanne straight for the last time. Heavy under braking. Mark seems to be struggling to keep that Corvette stable, but Beserker holds the position. Mark's struggling on the exit there of the first chicane on the Mulsanne straight. What a glorious shot and sound that was. Let's see if we can get the Pink Pig and the Aston coming down there as well, doing that same shot. That was fantastic camera work. Flying along the road here at about 200 miles an hour. Zaf still has damage. He's valiantly holding on in that Pink Pig. Desperately low on fuel, can only go 146 miles an hour, and there goes Crazy. So the damage has caught up with Zaf at the halfway round the last lap. Crazy's got back in front. Crazy's still got half a tank of fuel. Certainly hasn't got to worry about fuel. Zafiro's redlining already. He's still got half a lap to go. In the meantime, we'll go back up to these two boys who've now been caught by Nev. Let's go on board with Nev as he comes down here into the Indianapolis in the GR1 car. He should have gone right, but he's gone round the long way round on the left hand side. Oh, that's very dangerous there from the GR1 driver. The GR3 boys have the race in line. Oh, and Mark dives up the inside there. Let's look at that again from Mark's point of view. Last lap shenanigans here. Oh, happening. Coming into Indianapolis. On board with Mark. He's got a little bit of a run here. Still quite a long way off. Beserker dives up the inside. Hits the rear end of Beserker. So let's have a look at damage. Yeah, Mark's got damage to his front left wheel and front bumper. Beserker's got damage to his rear right wheel and rear bumper. So two damaged, battered cars are coming around to the Porsche curves for the last time. 20 seconds to go. This will be the last lap. Nev is going to win the race quite easily, as it was the only one in the GR1, but that Toyota looks absolutely fantastic round this circuit. Well done, Nev. Nice driving, mate. He's barely got any fuel left, as you can see. Coming through the Porsche curves. Very nice tidy line there on the exit. Cuts the inside curb, not too wide at the exit. Up to the Ford chicane for the last time to take the win. His fastest lap was a 3:23. He's on fumes now. There's no. He's cut the corner as well. There is no fuel left in that car. He's cruising. He's run out of fuel just as he crosses the line. In the meantime, the two. Oh, what's Mark doing? He's trying to cut the corner. That's what Mark's doing. Let's go back again. So this is the coming up to the Porsche curves now. Beserker-Boy still in front of Mark with a damaged Ferrari. Mark's looking up the insides, trying to find a way past Beserker. We've been racing for 20 minutes, but it still isn't over yet. What's this fuel situation like? Beserker's got about 1/8 of a tank left. Oh, Mark's on fumes, so Mark could run out of fuel at the end of the race, but he's struggling with that Corvette, so he's only got one more thing to do, and that's throw it down the chicane and hope that the game doesn't reset him. But unfortunately for Mark, it does. So Beserker's lost control, coming into the last chicane, so cuts the inside and goes very slow to wait for Mark. But Mark's still struggling there, so Beserker finishes very slowly in second place. Blackie's going to finish in third. Crazies, if only he hadn't got it wrong at the chicane, he could have been up with the boys in front. Crazy in the Aston Martin, looking absolutely fantastic. Nice driving by Crazy. Race kept his car clean from any damage. He's going to come across and finish in fourth. And Zaf, who only, if he's run out of fuel as well, and he should have repaired the car, he could have been a bit further up. Zaf finishes in fifth. So anyway, there we go. Quick little test night for the Le Mans series. Hope you enjoyed that. See you again soon. Bye.